on Facebook. It'll take just 1 second and then we'll be getting started. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody, welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader. I am Sami Abu Saad, Director of Education at T3 Live. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great weekend. And we're going to do what we always do, which is go over the market, go over swing ideas for next week. But before we start, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss today is for educational purposes only. If you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, link for that is in the description below the video. All right, but without further ado, let's turn on to the charts and get started. The bullish and bearish watch lists were copied and pasted into the description of the video as well, so you wouldn't have to type them up. If you'd like to do that, go ahead and copy them and paste them into your watch list, and let's go over them together. Also, if you find benefit in today's video and you'd like to help support our channel, be sure to hit the like button. That helps us out a lot. We'll start off by going over the market. The market just insanely bullish. It's one of the most bullish markets I've ever seen. We had, of course, we tried to break down at the end of last week, I think, right? And then that breakdown got rejected, and but even on Thursday we broke down a tiny bit, not on the daily chart but on the hourly. We rolled over a little bit, looked like we were gonna retest right here the prior low, only to get that was on Thursday, and on Friday we gapped up a small amount and closed at all-time high. So the market is incredibly bullish. Qs was bullish, all-time highs. SPY, exact same picture, all-time high. IWM is lagging behind but incredibly bullish. Breakout bar also on Friday in the IWM, and even gold was really bullish. So the market is firing on all cylinders. I guess if we were to look at the weekly chart, I mean, look how beautiful this trend is. I mean, does it really get any tighter? Does the trend get much tighter than this or more beautiful than this? I can't imagine. So this is really, really beautiful. At some point, who knows how many months from now, we might start to accelerate. So this is creating kind of a channel, the top of the channel, you can say, the bottom of the channel, whatever, right? Something of a channel. If the market starts to accelerate, move away at an increasing speed above this channel, then maybe, just maybe, we will have a blow off top. Okay? But for now, and as long as we have this kind of a trend in place, it would be foolish to bet against the market. The only thing we could do is try and anticipate the pullbacks when there is a pullback. But really, the bias is all out bullish. Okay? So that's the market. On to the bullish list. Okay? We'll start off by going over the CFMS. Now, the CFMS does not look quite ready. I like it when the 20 MA is already pointing up. That's the blue line on my daily chart. It isn't. It's flat. I would much rather get another bar or two inside bars, small bars, and then get a breakout over 162. What I like about it is the monthly chart. That transition A on the monthly. Same, by the way, on the CIDM. CIDM looks better. Same exact thing. Possible big time breakout on the monthly and weekly time frame also. So we just want to see it break above the base. And then let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, daily doesn't have a good entry. So just up here, stop right here. And target on this is like $5. I mean, actually $6. Really has room to $6. Target 1 should be around 220. Target 1, but target 2 could be $6. Okay, that would take a while, obviously, not overnight. But I like the CIDM and the CFMS long term. Okay, DOYU is a Chinese stock, and a lot of the Chinese stocks are below their 20 period moving average. This one is holding above it. So, and the Chinese stocks are very extended to the downside, overextended to the downside. So if the DOYU breaks out over the base, I like it higher, over $4. $4, stop under 360, about a 40-cent stop. So like the DOYU. Fate, I guess it's called Fate for a reason. Looks like we're destined to play it. I'm kidding. Over the base, stop under it. I don't love it. There's a bit of weakness in it. And the other thing is, I don't sense the momentum in it, the energy. So that's the only issue, but it is setting up for as a breakout, long, and target would be the 20 MA on the daily chart. So at the moment it's around $82 or so, but it could come down to 80 by the time price catches up. But that's a daily breakout. GNOG is on fire. I probably missed out already a bit on the GNOG. See that weekly chart? That's when I should have done it as a 1, 2, 3. So it's a little late, but it has room to $26 without much resistance along the way at all. So I like it for now as an hourly base breakout. Notice how we popped on Friday and based the whole day. So I think we get follow through tomorrow. So over the base, stop under the pivot, and then target is around 25.50 or so. Okay, LVS and the rest of the casino stocks look higher. I like the LVS as opposed to some of the other ones because it's showing a little bit of relative strength. For example, MLCO triggered on Thursday long and then it got sold a little bit. That's not a good sign, but it went back up and it's looking good. Okay, but I like the LVS more over 44.12 or so. Okay, over the topping tail, stop under it. And target is this prior pivot high where prices fell hard from. So around $49 or so. Okay, on the LVS. MFA is a real estate stock and I like it. It's a mortgage REIT actually. I like it over 490. It's a daily, weekly base breakout. Here's the weekly time frame. That's a really nice weekly base breakout. Limited upside, I think. I don't think it goes beyond the 200 period moving average, that red line you see on the chart, but that's about $1. And the stop, I'm not sure what the stop is. The stop on this, one can use 473. So it's about 20 cents. So it's a tight stop, 471. The NAOV is a little base breakout after a pullback. So I like it higher over 327, stop under 288. And target is written all over it, $4. Okay, about $4. NLOK triggered last week for me, this day, one of these days, this day probably. And I still like it higher. I'd like to add to the position over the base, stop under right here, and target up here around $29. If you look at the weekly chart, this is also right off the 20. So it looks good on the weekly and it looks good on the daily. So NLOK, which is used to be, what is it called? It used to be called LifeLock, I think. It's the identity theft, whatever, stock. And I think it got bought by Norton, so it's both. At any rate, ORCC is another base breakout. It looks pretty good over the base, especially if you look at the weekly chart. Okay, stop could be right here, or as a long-term play, if you really don't want to get shaken out of it, give it the large stop around $14. If you look at the weekly chart, you'll see that this one looks even better on the weekly time frame. It tried to break down 2 weeks ago, and then the breakdown bar, that red bar, turned into a bottoming tail bar. So I really, really like it over the base, stop under it. And again, this could be a long-term play. Doesn't have a ton of resistance all the way up to the all-time high around $19 or so. There's a bit of resistance over here where prices fell hard from. That's going to be an area of pain, which is around $16. But again, looks higher long term. ORCC. TEDU, I had a call on it not last week, I believe the week before, and it got to target in 1 day, meaning I had the call on it this day. It triggered over that bar's high, got to the target, which was $1.90. It got to 210, so it actually exceeded the target, and then has since pulled back. But notice what's happening on the hourly chart. It's basing for another breakout again. So I like it over $1.55 long. Okay, $1.54, $1.55. Stop, I would say $1.30. One can use $1.37, I would say, but I like safer, $1.32. Okay, target around $2 or so on the TEDU. The next one is the VTGN. Broke out early last week and now based for a few days. I mean, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, more or less has been the entire week last week has been a base. And so I like it over the base, stop under the red bars low, and target the prior high around 350 on the VTGN. ZI is another base breakout off the 20 on the daily. Long stop. Target 1 would be about 67, I think, and target 2 would have to look at the larger time frame. It's at all-time high. So target 2 is to be determined. It would be, you know, I'd expect to make a new all-time high. From the big names, I know a lot of you focus on the big names for options like Netflix. I like Netflix, I like Tesla, I like Apple. They all look good. Netflix doesn't look great on the daily chart, but I really like it as a long-term play. I think it's the one of the big names that hasn't broken out in over a year. In just over a year has been basing. So I don't love the chart, but I think this is going to be the next one to pop, probably. So I like it over 564.17. Stop under 543.74 as a 1, 2, 3 on the weekly chart. Tesla is looking good. I called it a few weeks ago at I don't remember the exact entry, but it hasn't gone anywhere almost, and I think it's gearing up for a pop to retest the all-time high around $900. Okay, notice the red bar, it got bought, and now that curling rising 20 on the daily chart looks good. So I like it higher to about 900, 850 or so. Apple, I took a stop on last week or 2 weeks ago because it popped over here, and then I got stopped out. It came back in and stopped me out, but it went back up, and it has a buy setup. It's not the best buy setup I've ever seen. I like it when there's a rising 20 and it's right below price, like so. Then it would be nice. But it's got a flat 20, but I think this is gonna break out still. I mean, you might, you know, like Costco's a buy setup is another big name, but it's a small buy setup. I like to see a little bit bigger of a pullback than this. UNH, I think, if I recall correctly, is another buy setup. See that pullback to the rising 20, and they're not even on the list. None of these last 5 are on the list. Okay, but these are some of the big names. You know, Apple, Tesla, Netflix, UNH, Costco. They all have some setups. In terms of the bearish list, AXSM has a 1, 2, 3 short, so I like it short under 22.85. Stop over 24.25, and target would be the prior low. I had a call on it short, and it did pretty good. Short right here, stop right here, and then we trailed it bar by bar. So it trailed this green bar, trailed this out. I like it again as a short under the red bar, stop over that little green bar, and target the prior low around $20 or so on the AXSM. GDS is not a real swing trade, but if you look at the hourly chart, it had a really nice tight base on Friday. So I like it more as a day trade for tomorrow, under the base with a stop above it, and I would say the target should be the prior low. It's about, I calculated the R to R on it, and I have it here somewhere. It's about, let's take a look and see how much reward to risk that it has. In terms of reward to risk, it has about 1.66, so not quite 2 to 1, which is kind of what I look for. So almost 1.7 R to R, so not too bad, but it's more of a day trade than a swing trade. RUN looks beautiful on the daily chart. Like the RUN more than any other short on the list, with the exception of the weekly chart and the monthly. They don't look good. So that's the issue with it. Otherwise, it looks beautiful. Under 43.76 short, stop over 46.21. So short, stop, and also the R to R is pretty low on it. It's not very high reward to risk. So the monthly is already at the rising 20. The weekly is okay, but the monthly is not very good. That's the problem with the RUN. By the way, if you're a subscriber to the Strategic Swing Trader newsletter, feel free to log on to your account, and you'll see which plays I picked for my own account, which is right here, my swing account, and for the newsletter as well. Okay, So I've already updated the newsletter. Feel free to log on and you'll see which of the plays, which of the symbols I am calling for tomorrow. Okay. If you'd like to join me in the Strategic Swing Trader, check it out for a month. It's only $49 for the first month to try it out. This way you'll get an idea of how it works, whether you like it or not, and decide to either cancel or stick with me. SUNL is got a nice daily sell setup. Short under 555, stop over 584, or tighter stop would be over 574. So either a 20-cent stop or a 30-cent stop, and the target being about 515, the prior low. So this is a beautiful sell setup actually. Short under the base, stop above it, and target the prior low. The view is similar also. It's a sell setup. Short under 444. Stop could be over 467, or safer would be 487, but that adds 20 more cents to the stop. So when I'm sure about the play, when I think it's picture perfect, I always use the tighter stop. When I'm not so sure about the play, or I think it might try to shake me out, then I give it more room. Okay, short, stop, or stop. Okay, and then target. On the view, YSG is got a 1, 2, 3. This was an earnings play last week, so it's pretty good. Short under 470, 467. Stop over. I would give it the whole base, which is $5. So that's 498 over $5. If you want to put it over also the Friday's high, that works too. But I like it. I like to give it more room to about $5. And this is, I think, at all-time low, so there's no target for it. One would have to just trail it. Okay. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you found benefit in it. If you did, we would appreciate it if you hit the like button. That helps support our channel. If you have any questions for us, would like to reach out to us, info@t3live.com. Email us at info@t3live.com. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and good luck with your trading next week. Take care, everybody.